All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we are actually joined by a phenomenal Canadian punk rock band. That's right. These individuals were on a 13-year hiatus, but guess what? They are back. They are ready, and they are better than ever, and they're tearing up stages all across Canada. We have Upside Down Man right here live on 99.9 FM, and of course, Facebook and YouTube as well. How are you guys doing this evening?
Doing great, man.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, I got to say, you are most certainly welcome, guys. It's such an honor to speak with you guys, and I know during the interview intro I mentioned that you guys were on a 13-year hiatus. We'll definitely get into that, but way before the hiatus, man, I got to bring you guys back just to the beginning of this amazing band, and I got to ask, like, what is the story behind it? Like, how did you guys actually, like, first meet and come together as one?
Steve, want to take this one?
Well, it goes way back, really. I mean, I think it would go back to the Morningside days with you two, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess Brooke and I, and well, actually going further back even, Steve and I went to high school together. That's where we met each other, in Canmore, Alberta. And then when I moved back to Calgary after high school, I met Brooke. He played guitar. I was just learning how to play the bass. We started playing music together. Steve kind of came into the fold. We started a band. And then, after that, we had one drummer. It was a different band called The Intended.
Aaron Webb, shout out to
Webb.
him.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron Webb. And then after that, we all kind of went our separate ways for a little bit. And then we're considering not being a band anymore until we ran into Josh at a house party. And we all kind of connected during a jam at this house party. And we're like, let's do this, basically. Yeah.
So then we just decided to change the name up a little bit, and that's how Upside Down Man was born.
Yeah.
Based on some of the subject matter that was already involved in the lyrics. So
we can get into that too if you want.
And if you don't mind me asking, guys, because obviously we briefly kind of like mentioned the 13-year hiatus, I have to ask, can you tell us a bit more about that? Like, what made you guys decide to actually transition into a hiatus? And of course, what brought you guys back over a decade later?
No, we all just moved away. We all moved to different cities, so it was hard to be in a band when you're across the country.
I think at the end, at least personally for me, it was like the last kind of few months, we were just kind of treading water, and we all kind of had opportunities to go different ways. And I think that the time was right to do that. And then luckily, we all kind of came back 13 years later and decided to be a band again, and it's been better than ever. So
yeah.
And obviously as well, you know what I mean? Like you mentioned, you guys, you know, went your separate ways, moved to different cities. That would definitely dissolve a band, you know. But I'm glad to hear that you guys are actually back together, sitting in one room. It's crazy how just time works as well. You know, you guys all moved to separate cities, and now you're back again sitting in one room, man. So it just shows, you know, sometimes you can't really break up something that was actually that good.
We were all kind of friends, kind of first and foremost. So I think that's what made it easier too. Like we all just got along so well, so it was easy to stay in touch and then
pick up kind of where we left off, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, right now, you guys are currently signed to Red Deer, Alberta-based High-End Denim Records. I was wondering, how did you guys actually get discovered by them? And of course, what is it like just working alongside that particular label? Because aside from you guys, there is so many other amazing bands just like yourselves currently on that roster.
Well, I'm playing in another band. I play drums for the Maroons as well, and we're kind of linked up with the guys who run High-End Denim. That's Josh and Ozone and Riley from Trashed Ambulance. They're a killer band. They're on Thousand Island Records, but they started this whole thing and just to connect all the local bands that are playing shows together. They've done a really great job at keeping the scene going and hooking us up with great interviews with people like yourself. And those guys are just homies that we play lots of shows with, and we need somebody to take charge, and they've done a great job with managing us and all the other good bands on High-End Denim.
And I got to say as well, definitely shout out to Trashed Ambulance as well. Such a phenomenal band. Yeah. I know as well the Off Sailors, if I'm not mistaken, are currently signed to High-End Denim as well.
Great. Yep. They're good guys. We haven't played with them yet, but Josh is always talking about them. So.
Yeah, there might be some potential Off Sailors Upside Down Man shows in the future here too. So
Yeah, for sure.
lots of things in the works right now.
Well, I can definitely say when you do get a chance to play a show with the Off Sailors, you're definitely in for a treat. I interviewed them, and I couldn't even keep my composure during that interview. Those guys are freaking hilarious. So be prepared to laugh your ass off, man. They're great guys.
Well, that's good to hear. We always enjoy having a good laugh with a couple of the other bands, and that's what's good about High End Denim is that we're all kind of we're all close friends, and it's easy to let your guard down and just be yourself and let loose and have a good time when you're playing shows with your buds in different bands.
And also as well, on June 22nd of 2023, you guys actually released your 10-track debut record titled Looking Up. I was wondering if you can actually just tell our listeners the story behind this amazing album, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy of it today?
Oh man, yeah, this one's kind of, I guess, 13 years in the making. Like some of the songs on that album are old, like even some stuff that we'd written during the intended years, but never actually did a proper recording. So we always had a collection of songs that we wanted to do a proper recording of and never actually did. So this was a good opportunity. And we've obviously written, I think, 4 brand new songs in the last year or so that really pushed things forward to make us want to do a new album. But and then we recorded at Echo Base Studios with Casey Lewis of Belvedere, and he did a great job. And we released it on, I think, pretty much anywhere you can stream music you can find it. So the usuals like Spotify and Apple and Amazon and YouTube and whatever else. So.
Yeah, and watch out for physical releases. There will be CDs and vinyl eventually.
Yes,
maybe it makes sense. Yeah.
CDs for sure. Vinyl, I don't know. It's expensive.
We'll see.
Yeah, I heard the wait time for the vinyl, though, is actually absolutely ridiculous. I know during COVID it was. I don't know about now, but I do know there's some bands that actually submitted their music for vinyl, and I think they got it like 2 years later, which is, by the time you do that, you guys are already like promoting your brand new record that you just
next
released.
album. Yeah, exactly. So there's a big cost that comes along with vinyl too, and if you have these big wait times, and sometimes it's not worth throwing all your hard-earned dollars at to, like you say, wait until the next release. But we're gonna try and get something out so you can hold it in your hands at least for shows, right? CDs, cassettes, I don't know, 8 tracks, whatever the kids are into these days. It's hard to keep up.
And also, before we move off the topic of this amazing album, Looking Up, I also read as well that this album was also recorded by Casey Lewis of Belvedere. I was wondering if you could actually tell us a bit more about those recording sessions. And of course, what was it like just working alongside such a tremendous Canadian punk rock legend like Casey?
It was good. Going to the studio is always really smooth. Casey does a lot of Calgary and Alberta-based punk rock recording, so he knows his stuff, and everybody kind of knows what to expect from coming with him. But Casey is a super chill guy, knowledgeable. I mean, if you want to know something about something, he has thoughts and opinions, and he will let you know. But it's also, as a drummer, having to come in and record tracks next to a beast like Casey, one of the fastest punk drummers I've seen in a long time. It can be a little intimidating at first, but he's not there to judge. He's there to make you sound as good as possible. So for that, we're always happy to record with Casey and do it anytime we can.
Yeah.
Well, I will say as well, this album absolutely turned out phenomenally. Like, me listening to these amazing 10 tracks, there's honestly a song I did not skip. So you guys did a phenomenal job, and so did he just producing it, man. Such a thorough, phenomenal killer project.
Yeah, that was one thing, like the production side of it. He made the songs better. Like, we were happy with it going in, even if it was going to sound the way we imagined it, but he made every song better. So it kind of goes to show like what working with a good producer, and especially somebody like Casey, like he's been doing this for a long time, so he knows what he's doing. We kind of went in with open minds and kind of took his feedback, and it turned out great. So we're really happy with it.
And also as well, August 31st, you guys will actually be opening up for legendary Canadian punk rock band Another Joe at the Buckingham. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this up-and-coming performance. And of course, where can we actually snag ourselves some tickets right now?
Well, we have a link to the tickets on the Instagram. I know that, and also on Facebook. We knew of another Joe, and then we were able to catch them at the High River Pumpkin Donuts Festival back in April. Was that April?
Something like that, yeah. April.
And I got to talking to them, and just kept in touch, and they kept us in mind for the opening slot, which we were very happy about. They're a great band. And Downway's another one of those bands, you know, like
Downway.
like I recall seeing them at the Multicultural Center in the late '90s in Calgary, and they were kick-ass back then, and now they're back. You know, like it seems to be a trend that like a lot of these bands, including ourselves, I mean, we're not putting ourselves to them, but you know, like a lot of bands are coming back from like these long hiatuses, and just yeah.
Another band, like DeVille, they're playing shows too. So all these
DeVille's playing another show here.
Classic local Calgary bands that made a splash back in the day are back.
Yeah, they will be opening up the Belvedere show.
Right? Yeah, that's right. So, it's punk is kind of making a resurgence, or at least old punk rockers are jumping back in and deciding that now is the time. So
Yeah.
And also, I do know you guys have so many other amazing events actually coming up. And for the ones that you guys actually know of offhand, if people cannot make it out to another Joe and Upside Down Man's concert coming up, can you tell us a bit more about your other shows you currently have lined up as well?
What do we got going on there? So we're playing at a music festival out of the Siksika Reservation in Alberta called Moments Fest. So that's a 2-day event that's featuring it's got to be 30 bands over 2 days.
40,
yeah. So that's something to look forward to. And then we're playing. We're going on tour with a couple other bands. We're gonna be playing Lethbridge on September 8th. And where are we playing there? At the Owl. That's with the Maroons, and who else are we playing with that day?
Golden Lodies.
And the Golden Lodies.
Yeah.
And then on the 9th, we're playing in Fernie at where the hell is that? I don't even know. At the Get Punked Festival, I don't know where the location is, but we're playing
with Lodge, I think.
Yeah, with the Brotherhood of Lost Souls and Laser Wolf, and the Maroons as well. You're gonna be joining us on that, and then you already talked about the show at the Buckingham there, and then what else have we got on the go? We got a few other shows, don't we?
There's a couple things that aren't quite confirmed yet, but So, but that's what we have booked for now.
But I have to ask, guys, what is next for yourself, Upside Down Man? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during this evening's interview? Anything else you guys still want to touch on, talk about, or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the radio station airwaves this evening.
Just like listen to the album, follow us on Spotify, download it, tell all of your friends, come to the show, check out highanddenimrecords.com. You can buy our record there or in the Bandcamp. But we're writing new songs now. We're just pushing forward. Gonna have lots of shows coming up. So
maybe we'll make our way all the way up to Prescott, or at least farther east than our local prairie shows that we've been playing here out in BC and in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and stuff like that. So maybe you'll see us there in the future. Hopefully not too long.
I got to say, I really hope to see you guys out here in Prescott, man. We need some amazing punk rock bands to slide on through, man. So normally here in Prescott, the closest places you got to go for some amazing punk rock is either Montreal, Ottawa, or Toronto. So, I mean, I'm smack dab in the middle, but sometimes I would rather just walk to a punk rock show rather than drive a couple hours.
yeah,
Totally hear that. Yeah. So who knows what the future
Because that
will
way you
bring.
can waste that gas money on merchandise.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd be happy to take your money.
But obviously, guys, I know you dropped the Instagram handle a few times throughout this interview, but for the individuals that actually aren't following you on other social media platforms, how can they go about following you, not just on Instagram, but like Facebook, Twitter, I guess now X, I believe they call it, and all the other social media platforms that you guys are currently on?
Yeah.
We can give you Steve's phone number.
No, it's
Facebook is the other one that we're on.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Or if you want to follow our music or buy any of our things, you can go to highanddenimrecords.com.
Yeah.
That's the label's website. They have everything linked there to be able to purchase or follow or find anything out. And then obviously, I don't think we have.
Yeah. And then Facebook, Instagram, Upside Down Man Band is how you find us.
Yeah, we're not really TikTokers or anything like that. We're too old. We don't know how to use that. So.
And I'm going to say first and foremost. Oh, my apologies, guys. Go ahead. My apologies.
No, I wasn't even saying anything. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much, man, for giving not only myself, but the radio station airways a bit of your time, man. And actually, of course, coordinating your schedules and all coming together on one screen and one room to actually make this interview happen. It was such an honor speaking with all four of you guys. I'm super glad to see you guys back together. I really thoroughly enjoyed Looking Up, so I'm definitely just looking forward to what's next after Looking Up, man. I'm super stoked to hear what comes next from you guys, album and single-wise.
Well, thanks so much
Thanks
for
a
having
lot,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Thanks,
pleasure
man.
to be here, man.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you so
it's
much.
always a lot of fun to do this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
Hey, you are most certainly welcome, guys. Definitely have yourselves a phenomenal night, and of course, definitely enjoy the rest of your Saturday night as well, and have a kick-ass weekend.
you too,
Thanks a
man.
lot, you
Thank
too.
you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, you too.
Cheers.
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 Cheers.